on the way to the second tee. So you just golf and you do a little bit of a nature hike, it looks like, to get to the next tee. Perfect time of year with the leaves changing. And we started off hole number 1 with a nice looking birdie. I'm sitting here on my third shot. It's a par 5. And I was like, where the heck is the pin? I don't see any pin. And then I look up and to the left, tucked away there on the hillside. There it is. So this should be an interesting third shot. Couldn't ask for much better. A little uphill putt. Nice little shot. Hole 4, par 3. You know, it opens up here after you get through this little gap, you know, with these 2 trees. I'm sure plenty of people have hit those trees playing this course. You just really want to make sure you get out of those trees, and then you're pretty safe for an easy par here. I played a little bit of a hyzer with a D1. Good old faithful pink D1, and I think I'm pretty close. You never know until you get up to these actual baskets, because you never played this course, so you don't know what there is behind it. But I feel pretty confident that I parked it pretty decently. All right, let's see. There it is. About a 15-foot little putt for the birdie. We'll take it. All right, walking on to hole number 5. I hope I'm walking the correct way. Seems a bit of a little nature walk in between each hole, which is really nice. As you can see, the leaves are changing this week quite nicely here in Pennsylvania. And we don't have that far to go for hole 5. So this is the blue long pads, which I didn't play long pads. I played the medium pads, but there's not much difference on this hole. Par 3, hole 5. It looks pretty strong downhill. It gives you a picture of the actual hole here, and then you can see how downhill it is. And there is the hole right there, red basket. So this is not going to be very far of a throw. A light, you know, maybe like a 25% driver, maybe a putter. We'll see what we can do. I actually ended up throwing a little flick from standstill at the end of the tee box, and it hit pretty decent position right in here. Unfortunately, it hit a little bit flat, and instead of popping up and then rolling back to the basket, it skipped to the right over into these woods somewhere. Should be still decent position to throw to the basket for a par, so can't be too upset about that. And as you see, there's the disc with the tree, and we do have a clean look at the basket. So we're just gonna most likely lay that one up. We do have these 2 trees here to our left that really take a nice little putt out of play. So we're just gonna lay it up and take the par. All right, off to hole number 6. We'll see where 6 is at. I see a tee pad up here, so not too long of a walk. I'm going to assume, let's see, I think the white tee pad is right here. Looks like it. There's the long tee pad about 100 foot back of that. And here is our hole. It's par 4, 402 feet. Looks like a little bit of a sidearm to the right, and is what we're going to play on this shot. So I'm going to see if I can set up a view here for this shot. All right. I'll throw the cutlass here. Try to go up and around this corner. Come on back to the right. And I think we hit a tree up there, but we should be okay. So let's go and see where we ended up. I was trying to go around that big tree. Actually, I was trying to cut just in front of that big tree to the right. But we got a little bit of a wind here. I think it just kind of continued pushing that disc left. It still fought back to the right, but I think it was after it hit a tree up here on this back side, which now it's looking like it might not be too bad. I was trying to put myself right in here, which would have put me in front of all those trees, but I think I might have opened up a little bit better getting pushed back. Just going to depend on where my disc ended up. I want to say it came back this way to the right somewhere. I still don't see it. Where are you at, disc? Where are you at? Still don't see it. It's got to be over this way. It is purple, so that doesn't necessarily help too much. Where the hell did that disc go? I don't see it anywhere. I feel like I hit these trees right here. Maybe it bounced back into these woods. Sometimes in disc golf, your disc isn't anywhere near where you think it is. But I feel like it came around that tree and it came over here in this direction, and I hit one of these trees back here. That's what I thought it did. All right, well, let me keep looking here. All right, so we thought it went around this tree, came down in here, and we were correct. We just didn't walk far enough down here into the woods. Unfortunately, it kept going and hit a tree probably down in here. Because as you can see, there's the disc. And we've got to go up and to the left here. So this should be interesting. All right, so here we threw kind of like an overhand tomahawk with just enough slant to bring it back to the right at the end. I don't know all the terminology. We'll see where we ended up. I didn't hear it hit any trees, so that's always a good sign. as long as we gave ourselves a putt to the hole. Oh, there we are. All right, nice. Clear open shot to the hole. Off we go. Hole number 7. I'm gonna guess it's down this path. And let's see what this lovely course has in store for us for hole number 7. This is a beautiful day. It's overcast in the 60s. A little bit of a mist at times, but not anything unbearable. Oh, it looks like pretty wide open here. Be interesting to see what the hole looks like. Disc golf, next tee. All right. Oh, looks like over here. Not sure what that is. Maybe, oh, it's the mileage to different, they're different courses. I guess, maybe. I don't know. I think we're going this way. I'm not sure. Let's go check out and see what hole this is over here. Fun thing about never playing a course before is sometimes you have no idea where you're going on some of the holes. I think this is 7. Oh yeah, it looks like a huge downhill shot. Pretty cool. Hope it's one where you can air it out big time downhill. That would be awesome. I think I see the tee. I think I see the pin. Through those trees. But let's clarify. Yep, that is it. Par 3 is 366 feet. And this is going to be a shot either over the trees or through this gap right here. But it's going to be a tough little hole. So let's see if we can maybe get video set up on this. I don't know how much better that's going to be. Maybe you'll see my disc flying in the air. We're going to go with the D1. I'm going to go up around the trees. What I'm going to try to do. Come on back. Oh. Hit the tree. Hit that really big yellow tree about 3/4 of the way up. Otherwise it would have been perfect to hit it and fell down. So we'll have a little layup for par, it looks like. All right, walking down to our disc, I hit this tree right here, this big yellow tree. That's what colors up north, trees up north do when their leaves change colors. They don't just go green, brown. They go yellow, red, orange. What I was trying to do is come just in front of that tree down to the basket over there. Unfortunately, I hit about 3/4 of the way up this tree and my disc fell, as you can see, straight down to right here. So, and it looks like a pretty good sized drop off just behind the basket. So we're definitely gonna lay up here and take our par and move on to the next hole. Par. All right, off on our next adventure, trying to find hole 8. This is a nice little clearing just right in here. You know, would be a really nice place for like a picnic to get together. And then there's actually a nice looking pavilion right over here as well. you know, for a nice little family gathering or something. I believe our next hole, though, is over here. I see a T sign. So I'm going to assume, even though I didn't see any signs pointing this way, that this will be 8. Yeah. This is going to be hole 8. This is the blue. Oh, we've got to find the white. And I'm going to guess the white is up here to our right. Maybe. There's the red. And then there's the white. It's like a short little par 3 uphill. This should be a birdieable hole, I would assume. Yeah, you got a couple little trees in the way, but I'm sure this is a hole that the locals birdie every single time. There's the hole. Only a 216 foot. But as you can see, you know, talking again about the tree colors changing, just look how beautiful those trees are. And as you can see, the hole up to the right. So we're going to throw just a little shot up over those trees and try to park it next to the hole and see if we can get a shot, the actual throw here. We are going to throw our little cutlass here. It is a very overstable disc, fairly new. So I have pretty good confidence that it will bite back to the right. No matter what. It is uphill, so you got to put a little more on it than you would think. Come on back. Not too bad. We'll see where we end up. We will see where we end up. You know, that's the thing about these courses up here in the North Country. There's a lot more elevation than anybody used to playing in Mississippi would be used to. So, you know, really severe downhill shots. It doesn't take much. It doesn't take much. And then, you know, even a slight uphill, you know, you got to put a lot more on it than you normally would. So, you know, trying to gauge the distances of your throw become a lot different when you throw that elevation factor into the mix. And we didn't end up too bad. We left ourselves a nice little putt. I assumed this road back here would be OB, but I don't have the rule book for this course. But here's our putt. Maybe we can make some change rattle here. Let's see. Birdie, baby. How we doing? Hole 8, birdie. That puts us at 2 down on the round. Birdies on 1 and 8. Lots of pars in between. Lots of pars in between. Okay. 9. This is where I would love to see some sort of sign saying go this way or go that way. I'm gonna have to go out to my my app and see which way the next hole is, so I'll be right back. All right, I think we're going back this way. Hole 9, I do see a white little sign over here. After I looked around a bit and consulted my app, my UDisc app, which is an awesome app, by the way. It's just so cool how it gives you the location, all the courses in the area. It keeps up with your scores. But yes, I believe this is our next hole. And yes, I'm out of breath after 8 holes. I'm an out of shape individual. But beautiful day out here. All right, there we go. Not too far. Hole 9. That's the blue pad. So let's keep on walking. And wow, look at the colors on these trees. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. Here we are, hole 9. And I see lots of trees in my way. Let's see what the hole looks like here. Okay. So kind of up and to the left and then to the right. So I think we want to go up that way. So I'm going to try to put my disc straight through these trees and then down into that open area down there to the right. That's going to be what I'm going to try to do. All right, we threw our cutlass again. And we did catch the limb of a tree on the back end of this shot. Unfortunately, it held on a little bit more to the left than I thought. But still ended up in an okay spot, I would say. We still got off here to the right. I'm hoping enough to give ourselves an open shot at the hole. We'll have to see here in a second if that is the case. There's the hole, there's the disc, and I believe the hole is right up through in that gap. So yeah, I believe we're in a decent spot right here. All right, so this is a par 5, and it does go up and into that gap like I thought. So I'm gonna try to hit it with something here pretty deep. I'm gonna throw my boss here. Try to get some distance on this thing. And hopefully not hit that little tree that's right there. Go up and leave me a straight on shot into that gap. Would have liked for it to come back to the right, but I overthrew it a little bit. Not the best throw, but it stayed in the open. So I threw a backhand shot. Yeah, I threw a right hand backhand shot with a fairway driver because this shot goes up and to the left around that fence line. And I'm not sure where I ended up, but man, look at this shot through and through here. Okay, I actually got to a fairly decent position around that corner, looks like. And I can see the pin from here. See the pin? There it is. So I'm just gonna throw another right hand backhand and try to lay it up there and hopefully maybe get the par. I'm throwing my 4th shot, so I need to try to get up there for my 5th shot. All right, threw it up there. Not sure where it ended up. I didn't hit any trees, so hopefully I give myself a chance at putting for the birdie. I mean for the par. There I am, and there's a basket. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad at all. There we go. go. We saved our par. A very long and very right to left dog leg. So for me as a flicker, par on that hole is yes, sir. All right, on to hole number 10. Let's see. Number 10, this way, maybe. Look at that position. That's one of the tee positions. Straight downhill, drop off. That must be like a tournament tee position. I mean, that would be crazy coming in at that angle. All right, I'm assuming we're going down here though. I'm not sure where the third position is. There's usually 3 positions for every one of these holes, and I don't see the third one. This is truly an awesome course. And, I don't know if I'm going the right way or not. I'm not sure if I am. I think I am. This may be a practice basket right here. Yeah, it's just a practice basket. Okay. I parked way down there looking for a practice basket, but didn't see one. It's definitely a workout. No doubt about it. So here's 10. That's blue. There's white up there, and I still don't see nothing. Looks like it's a straight blind shot. Wow. Blind shot up and over this hill through a bunch of trees, right? No problem. All right, so it's up to the left. Guardian trees. All right. So we want to go between this gap right here. Or no? I might try to go through that gap right there. I think that's what I'm going to try to do. Is gap it through there. May not be the smartest move, but that's what I'm going to try to do. Go with my cutlass. It's all open, so if I get through there, I'm on line with the basket. But it is a tough gap to hit. We hit it. We hit it good. See where we ended up? I couldn't have hit that gap any better. See, if I go that way, the natural tendency of my disc is going to go off to the right, which is away from where the hole is at. So for me, it doesn't make any sense to go through that gap over there. This is the gap right here. And as we thought, yep, see how much it opens up here? Whew. Oh my gosh. There's the basket, I think. Right there. And instead of being over there, now we're right here. I'm gonna throw a little flick right up through there and hopefully down to the basket. Ooh, left to right, headwind. I don't think I could have asked for anything better than that right there. It felt good and it looked good. It may be a little bit short, but you know, whenever you're playing a course for the first time, you know, your gauging of distances is never going to be completely 100% accurate. That's where playing a course several times really comes into play, because you know, all right, I got to put a little bit extra on this shot than I normally would. But considering the circumstances, I'm pretty happy with that throw. We went through the gap and came down to the right behind this pine tree, just as I was trying to do. And now look at this huge hill back here. Did we roll? Oh man. Did we roll down this hill? Oh no, there it is. Woo! Park freaking job, baby. That's how you park hole 10. That's how you park hole 10 and get birdies on a course you don't know anything about. Wow. Wow. Look at these trees. That's something you don't see in Mississippi. Beautiful. Beautiful. I think this is 11 over here. So we're 3 down through 10. Decided just to play smart golf on shots that I'm not 100% sure of, and go for shots that I feel like I have the advantage on. And I think that should be the strategy for anybody playing a brand new course, you know, especially if you're feeling it out for the first time. You know, I come up here every year, so I may play this course again. Next time I'll know a little bit more about it. All right, hole 11. Ooh, not my strong suit right here. So par 3, 312 through the woods. And there's a casual relief creekish type thing. And there's the shot. And I'm trying to see if I can see the basket at all. I don't see the basket anywhere down there. But I have a feeling it's not going to matter. I have a feeling I'm going to be hitting a tree. It kind of shows it goes down and to the right a little bit. So maybe throw like a hyzer flick around this big tree right there. And then maybe have it flatten out. That's what we're going to try to do. Hopefully we don't hit a tree. If we don't hit a tree, we're in good shape, I would say. If we hit a tree, then we're scrambling maybe for our first bogey of the day. Oh, we hit a limb. That thing was looking good. That thing was looking pretty. Oh, and it's a dead limb too. It's not even a live one. Dang. Oh boy, watch these steps. These are called ass busters, especially when they're wet. Whew. Man, that thing had a beautiful hyzer to it. It was gonna be perfect. And yeah, you guessed it. It hits that big old dead limb right there. Sticking out. It hit that big old limb. And if it was on its way back to the right, and look where the hole is. Oh my gosh. That would have hit about midway up that hill and bounced a little bit up towards the hole. And we would have had a perfect chance at a birdie on this, I would say not even a hole that I would try to birdie most of the time, but man, a dead limb screwed me over. But here I am. And we're just gonna kind of lean and throw a shot right up through there for our par. So we'll see what we get. Not too bad of a shot here for our par, so that y'all get a look at this hole. Not that you see the bridge, and then you see the tee pad up from it. That's the white tee. There's another tee position down the hill, down here somewhere. There it is. And then there's another one up there on that hill to the right. So there's some decent tee positions here for this hole. Really nice hole. And we've got to drop this little putt right here just to get our par. We should have been in a really good position for a birdie if it wasn't for that dead tree limb. But we'll take par for sure. All right, moving on. Played a few other courses in the Pittsburgh area. Played a course called Knob Creek, another park, and it's a really beautiful course, a lot like this one. And I also played a course in the middle of the city that was on the side of a hill, and that was surprisingly a really nice course. So I don't think that's my correct. That's 16 right there. Here's 12. That's the blue and the white down here. Let's look at the hole, then we'll set y'all up here on this bench. Hole 12, par 3. Straight through. And looks like, trying to see if I see where the tee position's at. Okay. The tee position is off to the right around that bend, so it really does play perfectly for us here on this hole. There we go. And we'll play with my cutlass. It's been my consistent disc as far as doing it what I want it to do today, so we'll stick with it. And this is 288. So this is a shot that I should be able to park with not completely full shot, but not a half shot either. That feels good. Ooh, that looked like a really big skip. I needed to start that out a lot farther to the left and let it skip in to the hole. These are the kind of things that you make mental notes of when you play a course for the first time. It looks like that hill is sloping from left to right going back to the hole. So I should have expected a pretty decent sized skip. And for that reason, I should have started the shot out farther here to the left, let it come back in, and then with the skip, go to the hole. Either that or throw a little bit more arc to it and allow the disc to come in at a better angle, more vertical instead of horizontal, to kind of limit that skip ability. So on a hole where we really should be sitting up here, we're not. We're skipped off to the right somewhere. Maybe I hit that bush. or hit something and it killed my shot, that would be wonderful. As you can see, it drops off pretty steep here. And let's see. Oh, there I am. Yeah, I'm not gonna have much of a putt for a birdie here. As you can see, completely blocked. We may be able to do something here. Can't really get a good, here you go. Some sort of a look. Par it is. Par it is. Nice little hole. Definitely a birdie hole though. That we did not get the birdie on. All right, I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna assume it's this way. Yeah, I see a white sign. That's always a good thing. Man, when all these leaves start to fall, I bet they get slippery out here. All right, next tee, that away. Rained a little bit overnight, but not enough to make it where I felt like it would be too bad out here, and I was right. It's not too bad. It's definitely a nice little course though, for sure. You know, especially if you enjoy the hiking element. You know, if you're looking for a course to get in and get out of real quickly, this may not be the course for you, but if you're looking to experience something different, I mean, this is it. This is Pennsylvania, hill country. It's beautiful. You got paths and bridges. I mean, if you got a couple boys, dang, I would love it up in here. Although my boys have been tired at hole 3. All right, it's red. I'm gonna guess white. What's up here? All right, so we got right to left, and this is normally where your backhand would really come into play. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take my flick. I'm gonna use my cutlass. I'm gonna throw it with a severe angle on it, and have it come that way and then back at the end. And that's gonna be the best thing I can try here. This is a really tough hole for a flicker. Would really be nice to develop a backhand for this type of shot. So we had a pretty decent shot with our flick. It cut the corner pretty nicely and then turned back to the right the last second. Didn't hit any trees, so very rooty up here. So anything that hits the ground is not going to do a whole lot. We can find our disc and then assess. Oh, here we are. Here we are, right behind this big old tree. And there's the basket, right there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna throw a little flick up through there. There's a little bit of a gap right here that maybe I'll try to hit. I do worry about that little tiny tree right there. So we're gonna throw our cutlass again, and we'll see what it does. We'll use that for our marker. And we're gonna try to get it up through that gap. If you don't hear any loud bangs, that means we hit a pretty good shot. Oh my gosh. We parked that thing. We actually went a little bit farther left than I wanted, but we ended up going around that little tree to the left and ended up being pretty nice. The only thing past that was wondering, would we get over those fallen trees right there? And I'm pretty sure we did. Pretty sure we did. Really happy. So it took this line right here, straight through that way. Woo! Pretty nice little downhill right there. Surprised I didn't fall on my ass. Here we go. I guess we gotta go on around this tree. God knows what's living in there. Oh yeah, what'd I tell you? Park job, baby. Park job. So we were in that, behind that big tree right there. We came through that gap right there and landed right there and rolled here. We're gonna try to hold and putt at the same time here. Birdie. I think that, well, maybe that wasn't a birdie. I don't know. I think that was a par 4. Pretty sure. Whew. Where do we go from here now? I think over here. So as you can see, this is another one of the pin locations for that hole I just played. And there's a third one somewhere. That makes it a little bit more interesting, for sure. Yeah. Hole 14. Such a wonderful course. Oh, this is a nice looking little shot here. All right. Let's see. 651, par 5. Holy crap. And yeah, it's straight. So we just want to hit one of these gaps right here. Either to the left or to the right of that big tree. I think I'm gonna throw my cutlass. Well, I'm gonna throw my D1, try to hyzer it to the left and back to the right. Here. I really need a tripod to stand this camera on for this shot. Because this isn't that good of an angle for y'all to see, really. But that's what I got. Alright, we're up there. Maybe not as far as I would like to be, but we didn't hit anything. And we got past the women's pad. So, you know, if you get past the girls' pad and you don't hit anything, you know, I guess you really can't complain too much. Now, when we get up here and we see we have no second shot, then that's a different story. All right. We're up here somewhere. I thought we were up here somewhere. Maybe we bounced through a little more. Alright. I would like to be over here. As you can see, it's a little bit better of a path over there. But it's still pretty decent here. We're gonna try to throw our broken in boss here. And that ended up pretty good, actually. We hit a tree at the end. We got a pretty decent, we got some pretty decent length out of that second shot. It definitely faded left a little more than I wanted, but it came back to the right just enough at the end. It still clipped the edge of a tree branch, but it actually kicked back to the right. And looks probably should be a decent third shot towards the pin on this long par 5. On these par 5s, I mean, I think as long as you don't hit something right in front of you and you keep advancing it down the fairway or up the fairway in this instance, you can't really complain. So, third shot right here. And I thought I bounced over here somewhere. All right, so we were looking over here. It actually must have fought through that limb because it ended up right up here. So we have a third shot to the pin. As you can see, there's the pin. So we're gonna throw our little putter up left and around those trees and hopefully give ourselves a decent opportunity at a birdie here. So we threw our putter up here, and unfortunately we did hit a tree. But I got a fairly decent skip bounce forward, it looks like. We went right off the edge of this tree right here, and then that way. And then, so we have a decent opportunity at a birdie, it looks like here. So let's set up the camera for the shot. And see if we can cash a birdie in here. This would be a really nice birdie. Par 5, I mean, I guess you should birdie it if you can throw the disc at all. But anytime you birdie on a course you're not used to, it's nice. There it is. Chains, baby. We'll take it. Birdie on 14. I'm gonna go and update my scorecard. Be right back. All right. Moving on. This is like, I don't know. This is one of those holes where when you see it, you go, wow. So let's go and get a little bit of information on the distance here. It's par 3, 285 feet. So it's not a long hole. You got to just be able to block out. You have to block out that water. You really have to block out that water. And there's even a little flag down there showing you what the wind is doing. And it looks like there's not much wind at all. So I'm gonna set you all up here. Hopefully we don't lose a disc here. Let's see. I'm gonna set you all up here on the front edge so you can see the disc actually travel. Yeah. There we go. I am going to throw. I'm going to throw my D1 and hope to God that it comes back. So, this should be interesting. I definitely chickened out on that throw. In my mind, I knew I should have thrown a hyzer left and bring it back to the right. But I didn't want to lose a disc today. And, you know, just sitting here playing this hole is just like enough, you know. Don't want to get too greedy. When you get greedy in the moment, sometimes you lose your disc. But definitely a pretty nice looking hole. And as you can see, we are down there, you know, decent spot. We have a putt at the birdie. Maybe just past circle's edge. Entering the lake is strictly prohibited. In other words, don't expect to go running at your disc if you hit it into the lake. Well, here's our disc right here. And it's not too bad of a spot, really. Coming back from left to right, I'm not too worried about it. Oh! Missed it. All right, let's see if we can cash it in. This will be for the par. We got one. All right. Next tee this way. So we're staying along the water, it looks like. Along the lake. Let's see where we end up for our next hole. So that wasn't the way. I did that long walk up, and apparently that sign wasn't saying go along the lake, it was saying go up here. And I didn't see this little path going up here. So I walked a long way before I realized Maybe this isn't the correct path. But this would make much more sense. Here we are. Hole 12. No, we already played 12. Must be up here. Yeah. 16. That's better. That's blue. And here's the white. All right, hole 16, par 4, 447. Up to the left. So I'm just going to try to play up past these trees into the opening right there. And that's going to be my play. So we just threw a little flick. I was really along the right-hand edge of this gap. Thankfully, it was my broken boss that I threw, so it did hold line for a lot longer. It's before going to the right. And we ended up here to the right. But now we do have a wide open shot. So that's nice. And let's see, where are we at? We are, should have been right up in here. Unless it was back in here. No. There it is. There we are, right here. So we've got to go up that way. This should be fun. Let's see what we do. They're a really angled side arm cutlass. And we should be in a pretty decent position. Up here to the right. Really just want to get up this fairway. That is the goal. And we did that. We're up the fairway in the middle. And you know, normally seeing this basket placement right here, you know, if I had not slid into the woods back there, you know, I would have had a pretty decent chance to really get up here to this hole for a good birdie chance, but it is what it is. And we'll be happy with the par and we'll take our third shot right here. We didn't throw a very good shot with our putter up here. So we left ourselves a little bit of work to do for our par. We got it. A hard par. Oops. Sorry about that. Still saw it. All right. 17. I believe is up here to the right. Oh, here it is. Hole 17. I feel like I've played about 3 rounds already today. This looks like a nice little hole. It looks like one of those holes that look easy, but your disc can very easily skip through the hole and be in the woods for a really bad putt. That's what it looks like to me. Oh, here we go, hole 17, par 3. The basket is right there to the right of that tree. 297 feet, so it's actually a decent little chunk, you know. And we'll see if we can get a decent grip on the phone here. So fall this time. Okay. I'm gonna throw the cutlass. Try to come in from the left side of that tree. So coming back from left to right. Pretty good about it. About 5-10 foot more to the right would have been more optimal, I think. But I think we're gonna give ourselves a putt for the birdie inside the circle. So anytime you drive inside the circle, it's definitely a good thing. It's one of the most wide open holes that I've seen on this course. It's fairly, just throw it here type of hole. There is that tree that's right in front of the hole, but even if you hit that tree, you're still not in a bad position to putt at the hole. Now, going long would be your really only real hazard here, I would say, on this hole. Looks off to the right is pretty opened up. But yeah, what you really want to do is bounce it right in here and then skip up to the basket. And I got a decent skip, but as you can see, if I was at 5 foot more to the right, I would be almost parked under the basket. So good shot, definitely a good shot. But there's always room for improvement in this game. Let's see if we can cash in on a little birdie action here. Full 17. Acorns all over the ground. And get a good foot in here. Come on. Birdie, baby. Take it. We will take it. Let's finish strong. Finishing strong. All right. Next hole, I'm guessing is up here. This will be hole 18. And it has been just an awesome round. It's just always fun to experience new courses and different types of courses. I think is what I'm most enjoying about these courses in the Pittsburgh area is the real elevation, the changes in the elevation that really affect the shot and the way you play these holes. Really, also, some of these shots through these woods really kind of give you a wake-up call as to, what else you need to develop in your game, which for me, I know I've always needed to develop a backhand. My forehand's pretty strong, but for a player to compete, you got to have that backhand as well, and then also that putting game. So, looks like straight up to the right, toward those yellow trees. That big green tree in the middle of those yellow trees is where I'm going to be kind of going for. So, let's see what we can do. I'm going to sit you all up here on this picnic table. It's a perfect view. I need to get a tripod. That's what I really need. All right, I'm going to throw my titanium nuke, which will be the first time I've thrown it today. We do have a headwind left to right. I'm really just trying to really blast this up as far as I can. Yep. Woo. That one flirted with the road the whole time. But I knew it was coming back. I have never flipped that titanium nuke, ever. And it gave me a little bit of a scare there. I think that wind played a little bit of a role in that. But in the end, titanium wins. Titanium wins. And we should be set up for a really nice looking shot into the hole for a second straight birdie to cap off this round, which has been a really good round. Really happy with it. I haven't made any like huge mistakes, and I've capitalized on the holes that I felt played more into my strength, and for the most part did fairly decent in getting those shots to drop. So that was a pretty good drive. Went just past this water fountain to the right. Here it is. And here it is. Right there's the nuke. There was that picnic table. And we're gonna go up here and look, see where this basket is. I don't know where this basket is. Is that it? Oh, there it is right there. 18. All right. So we will have to, it's not an easy shot. We're gonna flick it straight through there. All right, I'm gonna throw my little cutlass here. I'm really just gonna kind of give it a little flick through the tree, low level, and have it bite back to the right. And we may have a putt for a birdie. I threw it a little bit higher than I wanted to. I wanted it to be a little bit lower, but we'll take what we can get here. Yeah, we're gonna have a decent size putt. Looks like we'll be laying up and just taking our par to end this round. We'll take the par. We will take the par. All right, the hole 17, we had the birdie. Hole 18, we tapped in for our par, and that gives us -5 on the round. We had some really good shots. I would say 2 of those birdies were really good shot birdies, meaning I had to make pretty good shots to get to the place for the birdie. There's probably a few holes where we missed a few birdies that we should have gotten, really. And but overall, fun round, 18 holes, Felt like a ton of walking, really beautiful park, and a really good time. So for those that watch, hopefully you enjoyed it. Sorry about the jumpiness of the camera. You know, not professional here, so no tripod, but hopefully it gave you a sense of what the course was like, and you were able to enjoy it, you know, along with me, as much as you could. So, all right, take care.